Welcome to Virginia This Morning. I'm Jessica Nall. We jump into the Virginia This Morning kitchen with friends of the show, Monica Van Cleve and Allie Cushing. It's nice to see both of them. Their cookbook, Girls with Crabs, is a hit with seafood lovers. It's a hit around here, too. It's chock full of tasty recipes featuring, you guessed it, crab. This morning, they're going to share another delicious creation. We welcome them back to the show. Ladies, it is lovely to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us back.
Our pleasure. You guys make such fantastic creations featuring this all-star crab. And it's a lot more versatile than maybe some people would give it credit for right off the bat, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So we chose lump au gratin today. Actually, normally we would want to do something lighter because it's bikini Speedo season.
This is true.
However, Allie picked this recipe for today and she's 6 months pregnant. Yay! So we basically have grown-up mac and cheese.
Okay, I like it.
So yeah, it's versatile. You can do it in a savory, hearty dish just like we're doing today with the tortellini au gratin, or obviously it's great like in a crab salsa, something light for the summer.
So it's really a crowd or group pleaser. Plus, yes, I'm looking for every way I can to do some variation on macaroni and cheese right now. So this is a nice addition and a good way to maybe introduce crab to a younger crowd.
Absolutely, and the local crab season is just kicking into high gear, so this is a nice way to show everyone what you can do with crab meat.
Okay, so you've already started working on the project over here.
I have. I chopped one medium-sized onion, and I used about 2 tablespoons of butter, and I sauteed for about 5 minutes, turned down the heat, and added 2.5 tablespoons of flour, and that's where we are right now.
Okay.
We've heated up some milk, some whole milk, and you want to make sure that you use warm milk. You don't want to shock the flour in the pan, so we're going to add that now.
We've also cooked our tortellini first as well. So you want to start with cooking the tortellini and setting it to the side, and then using it later when it's appropriate in the recipe.
Because it sounds like at this point you don't want to distract yourself from this stage of the game. You want to have everything kind of ready to go so you can honor what's going on over here.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
And depending on your wine consumption at the time, you want to make it really easy on yourself.
Have you been in my kitchen before? I think somebody's doing a little reconnaissance over there. You mentioned you don't want to shock the flour. So warm milk, not like you'd leave it out on the counter forever, but this needs to be warmed up, microwaved or something like that.
Microwave is just fine,
okay.
But we don't want it to clump.
Gotcha.
So warm milk is...
And this is 2 cups of whole milk.
Okay.
So I'm going to add that. I'm going to continue using the whisk. You don't want to leave it for too long. We're going to add a little bit of nutmeg, which has got this great nutty flavor. That's going to go great with the Gruyere that we're going to use later.
Okay. So Gruyere is for those of you not familiar with baking, it's a great baking cheese.
Why is that?
It has a very distinct flavor, but not overpowering, which is extremely important when cooking with seafood because you want to keep the authenticity of the seafood taste, especially crab, especially lump crab. You want that to shine, and so the Gruyere just complements it really well, and also complements the nutmeg because it also has the flavor profile of nutty, earthy flavor profile. So they go really well together.
That's good to know the strategy behind that because you might look at the recipe and say, well, I've got cheddar, so I'll just substitute that in. But that's going to change what you have as your end result.
Absolutely. You really want to go with the Gruyere for that distinct flavor.
Okay. Excellent. So this just does its thing over here for a little while.
It's going to take about 10 minutes, or you should leave it on for about 10 minutes. It's going to get nice and thick, and that's really what you want to look for. That flour and that milk is going to start to thicken all of this together.
All right.
So we're going to leave it there.
And of course, we've got that tortellini done already, so that's ready to go. You know, I have this, not debate, but I'm always weighing, do I undercook it a little bit? Do I really get it soft? What's the best strategy to take with your pasta if you're going to incorporate it into your dish?
Especially if you're going to take it to another level, like you're going to bake it afterwards, I always do the minimum. So if it says 7 to 9 minutes, as this package did, I definitely did right on 7 minutes. You definitely don't want to overcook it.
Okay. Do you have to strategize at that point, like more liquid or something to kind of soften it up? This is where I go wrong. Clearly, I'm having some issues with my macaroni and cheese.
Not with this dish. I mean, you're about to put it into something that has a lot of liquid already, so don't worry about it. Just 7 minutes.
Don't overthink it. That's kind of our motto. We choose very easy to prepare, don't overthink it kind of dishes. So
this recipe has 7 ingredients, so again, very simple. Very easy.
Okay. We have about 2 minutes left. You've got a beautiful bowl here of, this is lump
This is lump crab.
Okay. And what's the idea to take behind that? You wouldn't want to mix in the claw or the...
You could absolutely use any crab meat you wanted.
Okay.
The jumbo lump, especially because we're topping the au gratin with the crab meat. We're not like, mixing it in. So you could use jumbo lump, which just is better presentation, but it's the same crab as this lump here. You could also use a claw crab meat. It's a little bit sweeter, but we would recommend the lump.
That was going to be my next question. So they do have a little bit of a subtle difference in flavor. Okay.
Well, jumbo lump and lump are the same. Same with back fin. The major difference is that and claw. So claw just has a overall sweeter flavor to it.
Okay.
You get the dish for me?
Excellent.
So for the purposes of television, we're going to speed this up a little bit.
Okay.
I've added half of the Gruyere. You don't want to put all of it in.
Again, you'll shock that sauce if you put it all in.
Yeah, you don't want it to get
do.
too goopy,
Okay.
too macaroni and cheesy. And then we're going to add the tortellini to the dish, and then you're going to cut the heat.
Okay. So that goes into your sauce.
Yep.
Excellent. About a minute left here.
Okay, so we're going to cut the heat.
How long would I leave that in to do its thing? I mean, it just kind of
As soon as you pour it in and just stir it to where it's all incorporated, cut the heat, and we're going to transfer it to a buttered baking dish. Now you can do individual ramekins,
like you've done here.
Yeah, to make it look nice and make your guests feel really special.
Okay. And so that's it. So it all goes into essentially your baking dish, your serving dish.
Yes,
here.
and top it with the rest of the Gruyere. Bake at 400 degrees for 8 minutes just to get a nice golden brown. Top with lump crab meat, and you are ready to go.
I didn't want to see that Gruyere go to waste. I'm glad you put it in the dish. And then this would be your finished product. And so the crab goes on at the end. Now, what do I do, Monica, here? I want to... Would I have warmed that up, or how does this get ready?
You do not need to warm it up at all. Nope, goes just straight. You pull it from the fridge and put it right on top.
All right.
And then we like to sprinkle with parsley just for a great presentation.
Jazz it up a little bit. Ladies, thank you.
Thank you for having
Good
us.
to see you, and congratulations. And this one has some engagement news. So I tell you what, you ladies know how to celebrate, right?
Yeah.
They bring such
that
fun.
wine.
That's true. Well, sometimes that happens.